Let me ask you something. Do retail traders have a chance? To know my thoughts, make sure you watch to the end of this video.
Welcome to the Trading with Venus podcast, where we help you establish strong trading habits, generate consistent profits, and create the lifestyle you desire for yourself and your family. Now your host, Raman Gill.
Hi, this is Raman with Trading with Venus. When I first started trading full-time, one of the questions I used to get is, what do you do for work anywhere we went? And I would say, oh, I'm a trader. And of course, that led to, what kind of trading do you do? As soon as people heard that I'm a Forex trader, first thing out of their mouths would be, oh, don't 95% of traders fail? Well, it is true. It used to annoy the heck out of me. However, let's take a look at that. So, they say stats are 95% of the traders fail. Let me share another stat with you. And that is 95% of all businesses that are started also fail. But look around yourself. Are there businesses around? Do you maybe work for a business? Or do you have a business of your own? Or do you know someone who has a business? So if 95% of businesses fail, how come we all either work for a business or we are connected to a business, and that's where we get our money from? That shows us that the 5% that don't fail actually make it work. So do retail traders have a chance? Let's take a look at it. So if 95% of traders fail, is it even worth trying? Is it even worth learning anything about Forex? For me, yes. Because first thing that I find that Forex trading provides us is flexibility and freedom. So I have actually worked my way up in corporate America, or North America, I should say. And I was able to get to a position where I actually made good six-figure salary. I had benefits and bonuses and expense account and all of that, right? So great job, you may say. And yes, it was a great job because it provided me with great work. I loved the work that I was doing. I was doing mergers and acquisitions, and it was awesome. I got to look behind the scenes of different businesses that the bank was trying to acquire. I got to look at some interesting stuff, and we worked on some wonderful project. And of course, we went to lots of dinners and things like that. It was awesome. However, one thing that was really hard about that business was not having freedom. Now, when you work for a company, it doesn't matter what level you're working at, you are still beholden to the company. They dictate the rules that you work within. So for my company, even though I had flexibility of time in terms of when I started work and when I left work, the problem was I was always working. And that's because the type of job it was, we had to be on the phone sometimes in the middle of the night. And that's just how it is. We're working on a project and we need to get things done. If we need to be up in the middle of the night, that's just how it is. I did not have the freedom to choose the type of projects I worked on. I did not have freedom to choose when I really worked, because if we were working around the clock, we were working around the clock. This was fine till I had kids. When I was expecting and I already had my first one, I had to be up in the middle of the night to take calls, to put out fires, because we were working around the globe. So there was office in Singapore as well as London, and we had to manage things, which meant problems always happened at the wrong time. So in order to make it work, because I was required to be on the call, if my team was on the call fixing things, I had to be there. So when I was expecting, one, I was uncomfortable. I was not getting enough sleep. Secondly, my small child was keeping me awake at odd times. So she would not sleep during the night. So I had to be up trying to get her to bed. I was uncomfortable myself because I was expecting, and on top of that, I had to be up in the middle of the nights. The few nights that I could actually sleep in, I had to be up in order to take care of problems, because my project and my team were on the call, so I had to be on the call as well. So there was just an illusion of freedom, but no real freedom. Now, on the other hand, I get to choose my own schedule. If I want to work during the London hours, I can work during the London hours. These days, I don't work the London hours. I just trade whenever I feel like it. Well, actually, more after I do my analysis, I will take a trade and then I just manage that trade. So I don't have set hours when I work. And if I need to not take a trade because I did not get enough sleep, or I had a little tiff with my husband, or the kids were extra cranky, so I don't have the frame of mind that I need to be in, I don't have to trade. On the other hand, if there are some great opportunities that are showing up in the markets and I want to take more trades, I can do that as well. So I have that freedom. And if I wanted to take time off over the holidays or over the summer or whenever I want, I can choose to do so. I am responsible for my own decisions and I get to choose when I work and when I don't work. So for me, freedom definitely makes it worthwhile to become a Forex trader. Another thing that makes trading worthwhile is the income potential. Now, when you work in a job, regardless of what type of a job it is, there is always a ceiling. Whether you are capped in terms of the base salary you make, the bonuses that you make, or in terms of the commissions you can earn, there's an income barrier that you cannot go beyond. Now take a look at trading. With trading, it is such a scalable business. Now, I don't recommend that you start off with a huge account and blow all the money. No, we have to be careful. We have to understand the risks involved. However, once we are past that, once we have paid our dues, now you can scale the business. The larger the account you have, as long as you manage it properly and don't go crazy with the leverage, you can actually increase your income potential. And if you keep adding to the account so that you're keeping part of the profits in and only taking part of the profits, you can keep on growing that account. And there are, of course, several different ways you can actually make money in this business, but scaling our account is definitely the way we can do it. So if you wanted to increase your income, just make sure you learn your trading properly, you learn your process, your system, have the discipline, and then just scale your account. As you scale your account, your income will increase. And no one can tell you what the ceiling is because there isn't any. We are only restricted by the amount of money we have in our account. And the better traders we become, with patience, we can grow that. So if you have a $1,000 account and you make 100 pips versus a $1 million account and make 100 pips, you are still doing the same amount of work. It's the same 100 pips. You don't have to work any harder in order to make more money. So unlike me, you don't have to stay up crazy hours if you don't want to in order to make this work. So scalability and unlimited income potential are definitely worth learning this craft. Now, before we go crazy about making tons of money, let's get into what it takes to be successful. And that will go back to your system and discipline. We need to learn our process, our system. We need to learn the parameters that we need to operate in, as well as what's going on in the market in order to make money in this business. So this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not money being showered from the heavens. This is actually a business that requires time, effort, and money in order to learn. And if you want to learn how to do this properly, with me, you can look at the Trade Vault, and this is what we do. We look at the markets, we talk about what is going on in the market, we follow a system, and we take trades based on that. You can click on the link below to join me. So going back to the question, if 95% of retail traders fail, do retail traders have a chance? And I would say, yes, absolutely, we do. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you next time.
If you want consistency in your trading, we invite you to join our daily market analysis calls, where we provide the levels to find the best entries and targets on an intraday basis. For a 1-week free trial, please visit www.tradingwithvenus.com. Thanks for joining us today. With much gratitude, your show host, Raman Gill.